Hello everyone, today I'm going to focus on the suspension, particularly the suspension arms. Now, I decided to go with the VBC Red Dot composite plastics because I've heard a lot of great things about how well um, the Red Dot plastics work on most conditions because it allows the car to carry a lot of speed. For the longest time, I've been using the silver plastics. I just haven't gotten around to the opportunity to bolt them on my DO8. So I thought, well, I might as well put them on the DO9 and see how everything goes. And I was a little bit worried about doing a lot of maintenance. Using a 3mm reamer to remount the holes here to make sure that the kingpin slides through properly. However, to my shock, actually, because not many car kits kind of offer this precision, but BBC's red plastics are perfect right out of the kit. Maybe I'm lucky, I don't know, but the kingpin is really nice and smooth, which is great because I don't have to do any reaming. And yeah, good on BBC for doing well with the plastics, and so no reaming there whatsoever with the main kingpin. Now, I also talked to Lucas Orbain, and he mentioned that he doesn't even bother with actually reaming the inner hinge pin because he lets the pin itself to pivot, rotate in the actual little metal ball that goes into the insert, which makes sense. And I've gone ahead and done the same, but I just found out that the suspension pin will actually pivot freely in the plastic arm itself. Now, with the rear hub carrier, I've decided not to remount this section here because I want to make sure that there's zero play in this section here. However, I did remount this section here and this section here of the rear hub carrier in order for the rear hub carrier to pivot smoothly. And it didn't take much effort to do that, especially with the red plastics. I'm going to be using red plastics throughout my DO9. Now, one thing that is important when you're building the suspension onto the blocks themselves, once you've got your shims, located the way that you want, that be a kit setup or through, setup of your favorite driver. What you want to do is you want to make sure that when you do tighten things down, you want to make sure that after everything's tightened down, you want to check for any fore or aft slough, but also you want to make sure that when the suspension arm is going through its motions, it will drop down with any problems. Now, I've tightened everything down. However, you'll see that this one makes a sharp, crisp clasp against the glass. However, this side, it's still a bit of a dull sound, so there's the full force of the arm isn't slamming against the glass, which is a telltale sign that obviously this side here needs a little bit of tweaking and adjusting, and all you have to do is adjust the pivot blocks, the front side here, or even the back here. You'll just have to tweak it a little bit in order for it to drop down smoothly, and check both sides as well. And you'll do the same for the front as well, and that's pretty much it. Now, one thing, I said earlier that I'm going to be using Lucas Urbain's setup. Now, what's interesting here is the front suspension block. This doesn't really have any roll center shims, and so what I ended up doing is cutting one roll center shim. I just cut out like the central section, and what I've gone ahead and done is just simply placed that section underneath like so. You just have to square it up to make it look nice, and that's that. So what that does is that allows you to change your roll center heights with the front rear block, but it doesn't cause any issues with the belt maybe touching it. And also I found out that these shims here don't actually span across the length of the chassis. So you will have to cut them, and it's not a big deal because you'll need them anyway. So that's pretty much it for the front suspension plastics. Like I said, everything's going really smoothly. I'm really happy with this build, and I'll keep you posted. Okay, bye-bye.